Hello, my name is Chuck Williams, and I am calling in from the United States, but this is our Europe Zoom meeting. We do this once a week on Friday afternoon for our team in Europe, primarily. The cool thing about this company is if you get the international sponsorship, you can actually have a team across the globe also. You're not limited to just Europe. So with that being said, the name of the company is Isagenix. You may or may not know that at this point. We typically like to save that for now. We're not ashamed of it by any means. In fact, we're very, very proud of it. But we like to be the ones to introduce it to you in a proper way. This is a picture of myself before Isagenix and after I got started. In fact, today I'm in the middle of my third 11-day shred since June 1st. Not necessarily because I feel like I have to. I'm pretty much at my maintenance weight, but I just want to really stay extremely tight and firm this summer. But I also have people on my team that are just now joining, and I want to do it with them to support them. This morning I weighed in at 194.2 pounds. That's the least I've weighed since I've gained the muscles. It's very, very exciting to be at the proper weight and the proper health. I'm 59 years old, and I'm here to tell you when I played college football and college baseball at 18 to 22 years old, I'm in as good a shape today as I was then. That's exciting. I go to family functions and things, and I see my peers, my brother-in-laws, and my brothers, and they're not as healthy, and it does make a difference. And most of it is what we eat. So with that, I also want to talk to you today about the income side of this. This is a picture of my wife and I as we walked across stage. We've done it numerous times as being recognized as six-figure income earners in this company. In previous companies, I have been the #1 income earner in 4 different network marketing companies. Now, they've all been small companies, but I've been the #1 income earner, top of the paper in 4 different companies. In Isagenix, as a six-figure income earner, we don't even get to hold a microphone. Literally, there's a herd of us that walk across the stage and wave as we go across, take some selfies. That's it. I say that because it's not a big deal in this company. And I don't mean to belittle it. It's awesome to have a six-figure residual income. I love it. But I'm here to tell you, it's not a company where 2 or 3 people make all the money, do all the talking, and everybody else just works. This is a company that if you do the work, you can make the money. There is incredible evidence of that. We are living proof. Now, this is a very important part of our presentation. It is the disclaimer. Throughout the world, we are doing this business with integrity because it's a legacy company. We want this company to be around for our kids and our grandkids. It's willable. And so with that being said, we do things right. One of those things to do right is this disclaimer. Part of the disclaimer is the earnings. I mentioned I'm a six-figure income earner. That's a fact. I'm going to tell you a little later. In fact, I'll tell you right now, my mentor, Herb and Patty Cepeda, last year earned $2.4 million, most of which that is residual. Figure that up per week. What is that, 50,000 a week, I think? It's crazy, but that's real. But when I say those things, I don't want to set your expectations falsely. They've done a lot of work. They've had a lot of success, a good background. There's a lot of factors that weighed into that. And so the disclaimer just says that there's no guarantee to your income. Now, I will tell you this. The compensation plan that Kay is going to explain here in a little bit, the compensation plan works the same for everybody. If you do the work, if you create the volume, you will create the income. The question is, will you create the volume? And we're going to show you a 7-step system today that you can create the volume and have the income. But there are no guarantees. You have to do the work. Last thing here, we brought on some of the best stories we have as far as transformations. There are literally hundreds of thousands of transformation stories. The product is not on trial here. If you're brand new and you're trying the product to see if it works, great. See if it works for you, but it's not a matter of if it works. It works. It's worked for hundreds of thousands of people. If you Google Isagenix transformations, you will see story after story after story. But we do want to have this disclaimer here that everybody's body is different. Some of the results you see, it may take you longer. It may take you shorter. There's no guarantee to your exact results. What I will tell you is if you put these good nutritional products in your body, you will improve your health. Now, I want to introduce Louise. She's a good friend of mine here in the United States, but she's from the UK. And so she's built a massive organization over there, one of our leaders. And I want her to share her story as we kick things off. And then we're going to go to Eric and Kay to share their stories also. So Louise, you want to share your story for us?
Hello, good morning. I'm excited about today. It's a celebration, so we're having a great day. When I first began Isagenix, I was suffering with severe discomfort in my lower back, and so much so that I couldn't even dress myself. My husband was helping me to get dressed. I was only in my early 40s, And I just figured I had a long way to go to feel like that. So I was getting cortisol shots in my back. And the next step was surgery. And my friend offered me a solution. And she said, why don't you try this and see if it works for you? I know stress was a big part of that. And so I tried it. Within a few days. I felt like a light went on. And my whole life has changed since then. I lost 14 pounds within a relatively short period of time, 25 inches. And then within a few months, I ran a half marathon. So going from not being able to get dressed to run a half marathon was incredible. And then not only that, we made an additional income for our family. We actually closed down our other business, and we're doing working with Isagenix now, and we're helping other people change lives. When we opened in the UK in 2017, it was really exciting because now I can share with my family and friends back home, and that's been the biggest gift of all in growing our team and helping other people. It's incredible. So I'm really grateful every day. The friends that we've made and the lifestyle that we have, it's life-changing.
Always helps when you unmute yourself. Fred and you are great leaders, and all of you in Europe, you can count on them to support you and help you. Now let's go to a couple of our European leaders, both of which happen to be in the UK right now. And Yves, I'm going to get you on next week, so let's be sure you're ready next week. I'll have you share your testimony next week. But Kay, you and your husband have both had great results. Share your story with us, please.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Kay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me, Chuck?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
She must not be able to hear us.
Oh,
but
wonderful. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't see myself, so that was weird. Right. Okay. Okay. So this is me on the right-hand side. I have to be honest, I did not start Isagenix for the weight loss. I have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. I was in an awful lot of pain. And I basically bumped into somebody in America whilst on holiday who told me about this fantastic product, and she kept telling me how it would help my arthritis. I have to be honest, I thought she was a little crazy. I was thinking nothing can help me. I need surgery. I was told I needed knee replacements. And I was literally in agony. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't able to exercise anymore. I really was in a bad way, so much so that it was actually affecting probably my mental health as well. I was feeling depressed and down, which is so not me. So basically, this lady in America kept on messaging me and saying how Isagenix could help. And I basically kept trying my best to get rid of her. She eventually caught me on a day, probably on my worst day. I was halfway up the stairs and halfway down the stairs. I was actually sat there with tears rolling down my face because I was in so much pain. And she just said, please just let me help you. So at that stage, I said, oh, to hell with it, or words to that effect. Sign me up. I actually went in on the top ultimate pack for the simple reason I didn't think it would work. I thought in 30 days I'd be sending my pack back, I'd be getting my money back. How wrong was I? I mean, this has been unbelievable for me. And in fact, I was only just realized it's 12 months since I started with Isagenix. I still put these products in my body every day because I never, ever want to go back to where I was. I never want to be in pain anymore. I'm back running now. I've not had to have the knee surgery, which is phenomenal. I've got both of my own knees. I had a little tidy up operation. I should have had 2. We've cancelled the second operation. I don't need it. I'm back running. I'm actually fitter now at 57 than I was in my 30s. I'm constantly getting people coming up to me saying, oh, wow, what are you doing? You look amazing, which is, it's great. I didn't start this to build a business either. I actually retired in 2008. I can't believe the momentum that it's got. I mean, as you can tell, I'm a chatterbox. I tell everybody about it. When something's as good as this, as far as I'm concerned, it's too rude not to share it. So I tell everybody about it. And on the left there, you'll see my wonderful husband, who is my biggest walking billboard ever. He's unbelievable. I mean, again, it's not for him. You know, I want to eat three times a day, blah, blah, blah. He quickly changed his mind. 2 weeks after I started, he jumped in. he's gone from 16 stone 5 to 14 stone dead, which is a lot of weight. So over 30 pounds released. He is now running 5Ks in under 24 minutes, which again, quicker than he ever did in his 30s. And it's just phenomenal. Getting back to the business side of things, I truly didn't do this to build a business. For me, I just want fun. And I genuinely like to help people. I now post on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm now getting complete strangers messaging me to say, we would like to try this system. This past week, I got paid on Monday, actually, at £310. And I was thinking, oh, that can't be right. I haven't done anything. And then head office rang me to congratulate me because I was in the manager's pools. And that's why I've been paid £310. So, you know, not only do you earn money on the products that you sell, I suppose, but there are fantastic promotions and bonuses along the way. And not only that, the community is so supportive and they are ready to congratulate you and just enjoy your success with you. So it's a no-brainer, really. When something's as good as this, why on earth wouldn't you tell everybody about it? So I've waffled on enough now. I'm going to shut up. Thank you.
Great testimony. Your excitement is contagious. I can see why you're growing so fast. Now let's go over to Eric. Eric's been with us for a few years, but just recently got serious about the health side of things, and now just recently shifted into gear for the business. So Eric, kind of share your story with us. You've got a phenomenal story too.
Hi Chuck, hi everybody. Just look at the character on the left-hand side. Just over a year ago, I went to an Isagenix event in Birmingham. It was a two-day event, and I went just to listen. When I went there, I was really out of shape. I was grossly overweight. I weighed in at 106 kilograms, and more importantly, not was I only overweight, I was really unwell from it, and that was just due to the weight. I couldn't even run 20 meters to catch a bus. I was that unwell. You might say I was on my way out, but that's where I started with. Now, the event, it was a two-day event, and what caught my attention was the number of people that were doing the IsaBody challenge. I listened to people, and there's so many people there that had a really good experience on the IsaBody challenge. And for me, that was a key. I was able to talk to people, see how they were doing. And guess what? At the event, I signed up. That's me at the event signing up for the IsaBody challenge, right? Then I put it into action. I didn't look back. I got the products, which I had the products anyway, because I was already a member. But I actually started taking products seriously. And within the first week, guess what? I lost a kilogram. Second week, I lost another kilogram. And that continued for 30 weeks. For 30 weeks, I lost a steady kilogram a week. I went from 106 down to 75 kilograms over a spate of 30 weeks. I reverse engineered my body using Isagenix to 30 years previously. 30 years ago, I was 75 kilograms. And, you know, over that 30 weeks, just using the products, I got myself back to that weight, 75 kilograms. I set myself a target to stay within 75 to 80 kilograms. That was my sort of ideal weight. And guess what? Since October, I stayed within that weight. Well, I slightly came above it. So I weighed myself for the first time for 6 months. And guess how much overweight I was? 0.6 of a pound. Just 0.6. Can you believe that? I've just deviated, put on 0.6 of a pound. So, you know, I'm really, really pleased. More importantly for me than the weight loss was actually the extra health I've got. Now, I'm a different person. The person you saw on the left-hand side, that was one person. I am totally different now. It's really, really astounding the difference it's made. There was a bonus as well. The bonus was everybody saw the transformation. And guess what? I became a finalist in the IsaBody challenge. So I entered it. And to my surprise, I became a finalist. and I got a cool £1,000 as a bonus for that as well. So I was really pleased. So there we go. It's onwards and upwards now. It's a different part of the story now.
Eric, we're really excited for you, and the future is so bright for all of us. So why network marketing? You know, there are traditional jobs out there, but I think if you've had your eyes on current events in the world today, you realize there's a need to make money from home. There's a need to have a second source of income. It can become your primary income, but 99% of the people get involved in Isagenix as customers and as an additional income, not as their primary income. However, as I mentioned before, there's a huge income opportunity here, and network marketing gives you some great advantages. There's time flexibility. You can work your business when you want, where you want, as much or as little as you want. The main thing is to do it consistently if you're going to treat it like a business. There's training and support. There's a community to help you, encourage you, and want you to succeed. Many of the people on this call are not on my team, but we're still here to help each other succeed in this business. And that's throughout the entire Cepeda organization. Actually, the entire Isagenix business is people helping people. That's amazing to me. Having come from a corporate background myself, it was not that way, I guarantee you. It was dog eat dog, and it was every man for himself, every woman for herself. There's a positive culture here. There's financial opportunity beyond what you could ever imagine. In fact, I would encourage you not to ask yourself, how long is it going to take, but ask yourself, how high can I go? What can I achieve? Those are the right questions to ask, not how long it's going to take, because when you set your mindset that you're going to get it done, it doesn't matter what you have to go through to get there. In fact, I'll just tell you, success lies behind failure. Let me repeat that. Your success lies behind failure. You're going to have to fail your way to get to the success. I hope that makes sense to somebody, because it really is relevant and true. You can't expect to get in this and be a success right away. It takes learning, and you learn by experience, by doing. You can come to these seminars all day long. I heard another great example yesterday. Have you ever tried to teach someone how to ride a bike on a seminar? No. You got to teach that little kid how to ride a bike by getting out there and pushing them and letting them fall and being there to coach them. You don't learn how to ride a bike by somebody telling you how to ride a bike. You got to do it. And so that's the way it is here. But there's a huge financial opportunity for those who will do it. And then with Isagenix, there are no caps to your earning potential. Let me repeat that. There are no caps to your earning potential. There are people at corporate that make a decent income, but you can earn more than them. Herb and Patty Cepeda, #1 income earners, $2.4 million last year. You can earn more than them. They're not guaranteed to make more than you just because they got in before you. It doesn't work that way. Whoever creates the biggest teams, whoever creates the most volume, they're the ones who are going to make the most money. That, to me, is exciting, having come from a corporate background. Now, in Isagenix, I have been, as I said earlier, the #1 income with 4 different companies. I used to be pretty proud of that. You know, hey, I know what I'm doing. Well, yeah, I do know what I'm doing, how to build a business, but I didn't know how to pick the right company, did I? Because I'm not with any of those 4 companies today. When I found Isagenix, I finally found my home for life. Why do I say that? Because I finally found a company that's doing everything right. Other companies had a great, exciting product, maybe a good compensation plan, but they didn't have the track record, the history, the experience at the corporate level, and therefore they failed at some point. In every case in the previous businesses, one of the 5 criteria for a successful network marketing business was not in place. With Isagenix, all 5 are in place. You've got the right company, Isagenix. They've got the leadership at the top. You've got the right products, and our products are about to take a big upgrade this weekend. You're going to hear some news that's going to blow your mind. Celebration Live. Your timing of hearing this message is perfect because things are coming into place. There's also a thing about timing. There are some other great companies. I'm going to show you some slides in a minute with Nu Skin and Amway. Great companies. And there's lots of other great companies out there in the network marketing space. But I'll tell you this. They are mature. They're already at the multi-billion-dollar level. I would rather be with a company right now like Isagenix, who's right at the edge of breaking through into hyper momentum growth. There's going to be a lot of people enjoy success just because of the timing in which they join this company as we make a huge push for international expansion. And all of you in Europe are a big part of that. And then you've got the team and the support, the training. You will never find better support and training than you have right here on the Cepeda team. I'm not talking about myself. In other companies, I was the trainer and all that, and I only know so much. With the Cepedas, I came in and I knew that much compared to what they knew, and it's been amazing to grow and learn from them and other leaders in Isagenix. The compensation plan, Kay's going to explain just a little piece of it to you today, but the compensation plan is second to none. If you'll follow the 7 steps, if you'll follow the Cepeda system for building your business, you can create a financial income here that is residual and it can support your family and be willable. So all the factors are in place for Isagenix. Everything, all the boxes check off. Here's a picture of the corporate office in the United States. Eric, I need you to send me one of the corporate office in the UK, in London, because the company spared no expense. 3 years ago, when they were just started, they didn't wait for today. They didn't wait until they had a core group of leaders. They went in and built the infrastructure day one. They got like a, what was it, Eric, a 20-year lease on the building. I mean, they're there to stay. This is not some company that hopes it's going to work. No, when they do something, they do it right. Here's an example. Look at the picture of that corporate office in Arizona, first class all the way. Now, this is the slide I was talking about earlier. My friend Duncan Driscoll prepared this for us, but it basically shows you a couple different companies, Amway and Nu Skin, and how their growth path occurred throughout their company history. Now, the importance of this slide is we, Isagenix, are at a stage where we just about hit $1 billion a couple years ago, and then we dropped back a little bit, and now this year we're going to explode past the $1 billion mark. We're over 100% above where we were last year. Things are exploding with growth. So with that being said, as a company goes through that $1 billion mark, some companies fall on their face and go out of business. So there are no guarantees here. Make that clear. But with the foundation that Isagenix has built over the last 18 years, I believe they're the next legacy company in this industry. I believe we will become the standard, the go-to company in this industry. And trust me, we really are becoming that already. The DSA and other places, they look to Isagenix for direction and how we're doing things right. With that being said, as our company now goes into hyper momentum growth, which we're poised to do, look at the charts of the other companies who've gone before us. Now, again, I used to be a stockbroker, and you couldn't promise results based on past performance. So there's no promises here. But I will tell you this, the foundation is in place. All the signs are in place that we will be the next legacy company. What's going to happen this weekend with Celebration Live, and I know it's really late for all of you over in Europe, but I challenge you, stay up and watch it live. For those of you in the UK, it'll be like midnight tonight. It'll start. It'll go about 3 hours. So it'll be a late night for you, early morning. But I promise you, it will be worth it. You're going to see Isagenix 2.0 rolled out, and it's the next level of business. Your timing is perfect. So back to the chart. As we go into hyper momentum, I'll give you an example of one company I know, Nu Skin. Nu Skin, when they went vertical in growth, 500 people in that company became millionaires in that short window when they went hyper momentum growth. Our compensation plan, Isagenix, is far superior to Amway's compensation plan, far superior to Nu Skin's compensation plan. There's no comparison. The number of millionaires we create based on the volume we create, the percentage blows them out of the water. Our compensation plan is far superior to those other two companies. So it reasons that if we have the same type of growth, there's going to be even more people make more money than with those companies. And those companies did great. I'm not knocking them at all. I'm just saying you're in a better position than people were with those companies when they had their great growth. Fasten your seatbelts. It's getting exciting. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the product. We've got other calls that go deep into the product. We're just going to cover a couple basics. The main thing I want you to come away from this is when it comes to Isagenix, our products have all the good and none of the bad. You can just count on that. All the good and none of the bad. You can read the chart right there and get your details, but it's very true. This is one example. It's our shake. I just enjoyed my shake for breakfast. I had a plant-based shake for breakfast this morning. I used a chocolate flavor. In our shake, you would have to have that full platter of food to get the same nutrition that you get in one of our meal replacement shakes. Think about that for a minute. Look at all that food. It would cost you about $30 US. You can convert that into pounds. $30 to buy all the food on that platter to get the nutrition that's in one of our Iceland shakes. In the US, it's about $3 per shake, meal replacement. That's an amazing deal. So some people may tell you, well, Chuck, that's a little pricey. No, it's not. If it was just some regular shake, protein shake, sure, that's pricey for a protein shake. But this is a full meal replacement shake with all the vitamins and minerals your body needs to get the kind of results you heard from our testimonies earlier and many, many more around the world. This meal replacement shake is the greatest value in food that I've ever seen. So a couple quotes here, and then we're going to get into the meat of the presentation. I'm going to ask Kay to help me out here. But this quote from Warren Buffett is so real. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to have to work until you die. And I don't know about Europe, but I know here in the United States, there's a lot of people that have fallen in the trap that they got to work basically until they die because they've not found a way to earn money while they sleep. Well, here we're going to show you a way to make money while you sleep. Another couple great quotes from John D. Rockefeller. I love this. Opportunity. Turn every disaster into an opportunity. Well, has the world ever gone through a bigger disaster than what we're going through right now? Not in our lifetime, at least. You have the opportunity to turn that into an opportunity. How? What are two things everybody is looking for? Number one, a way to make money from home. Whether they've got a good job still or not, everybody's still looking for a side hustle to make some money from home in case something like this ever happens again. Number two, what are they looking for? They're looking for a way to get good, nutritious food delivered to their door. It gets harder and harder to find good quality food at the grocery store. Here, we've got a way to get it delivered to your door. We have an opportunity. The next quote here we're going to spend the rest of our time on is he quoted, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own effort. Well, think about this. Herman Patty Cepeda, with hundreds of thousands of people in their organization, they get a small percentage of all of their efforts. Would you rather have that or 100% of your own efforts? It's a no-brainer. There's nothing Herman Patty Cepeda could do to earn $2.4 million a year in and of themselves. But with a team of people, you can do that by earning a small percentage off a lot of people's efforts. But they're not like the top of this thing and they get all the money. You have the same opportunity they had. In fact, if this were a pyramid, it'd be upside down because the company and the team are here to support you and your growth. We want to see you succeed. That's different than what you're going to find in corporate America and other places. All right, so we're going to spend our time focused on this one particular pack. And give the person who invites you this call because there are multiple small packs you can start with. As Kay said, there might be an advantage for you to get started with one of the bigger packs. But for our team, we like to start people with the smaller packs because we don't ever want price to be an objection to somebody getting started. Kay and her husband have done really well in traditional business. They're not doing this for the business, as she said. They're financially set. So for them, it was no problem to get an ultimate pack, and that's really the best value for your money. If you can afford an ultimate pack, do it. I've bought one myself. You get a tremendous amount of product for your money. But the average person out there is looking, and they're not as convinced as we are, and so we started with a small pack here. This one here I love because it's called the shake system. You get 4 boxes of shakes. There's 14 packets of shakes in each box. It's enough food for 56 meals. Those 56 meals are full meal replacements. So you're looking at, what is it, 4 pounds, 27 pence per day for 2 meals. I challenge you to go out to any restaurant, fast food, traditional. You can't hardly get a couple Starbucks drinks for that. And that's what it costs per day for this program. So with that being said, I want to turn this over to Kay, and she's going to explain just a couple of the basic ways we help people get started to make money. And then I'm going to tell you, she's only going to share the basics. There are other bonuses that kick in, like the Ice Body Challenge winner that Eric won 1,000 pounds. Kay mentioned a manager bonus pool that she took part in. I'll tell you, when I first became an executive in this company, it's the top of the pay plan. I did it very quickly, and we're growing fast. My first bonus check as an executive, the executive bonus pool, was $3,900. So we're not going to go into all those bonuses. We're just going to show you the basics here of some different bonuses. So Kay, I'd love to hear you explain this.
Okie dokie, here we go. So basically, we're talking about the shakes. As Chuck said, I'm going to buy 4 boxes of shakes. They're going to cost me just less than £120. So that's me at the top. I then have fantastic results, and a few of my friends say, what are you doing? We'd like to try that. So I then invite them to try the shakes because I know they're going to get great results. For inviting them to try the shakes, I invite one person on my left and one person on my right, and they also buy the shake packs. The company gives me an £8 commission for both of those packs. So I've made £16 in commission. The company then, on top of that, because I've done that, that means that I've done the first rank advancement and I've made a consultant. So they gave me an extra £37. So I've already earned £53. Now, you can do that as quickly or as slowly as you want. I did it pretty quickly. From there, those two people also had great results, and their friends were like, what are you doing? So, I mean, it's crazy. It's just so simple. You just talk about it. We call this you share, they share. So those two people that I helped are now helping two of their friends. And for that, obviously, those people are earning commission, but I get paid £74 for each of the people that I've just helped. So I'd already earned £53 plus £74 for each of the people that I've helped again. I've now earned £201 and I've rank advanced again to a manager. It's just that easy. These products are so good. You just talk about them and you just carry on sharing. And each time you share, somebody else gets involved. If you do all of that within the first 60 days, hopefully we've got another slide. Yep, there we go. If you do that within 60 days, you basically rank advanced to what they call a crystal manager. And for doing that, the company pays you an additional bonus of £185. So all of a sudden, I've spent £120 on my products. I've basically eaten my overheads. The company's paid me £201 up to now, plus an extra £185. So that's £386. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. It's like buy one, get two free. It's absolutely crazy. So that is as simple as it is. You just carry on sharing. You carry on talking about it. You carry on posting about it. You know, social media is like unbelievable. It's everywhere. And I mean, I talk to anybody and everybody. I talk to strangers. I talk to people on the dog walk. I talk to my pulse lady. She's actually coming on next week. You just talk about it. People notice how good you look and they automatically ask you, what are you doing? And they will also automatically ask you, is it expensive? No. £2.15 per meal replacement. That is not expensive. And it's going to make you feel like $1 million. I will never, ever go back to being the pain and discomfort I was in. I am an isolifer. My husband's an isolifer. So basically, I just say to people, what are you waiting for? Stop waiting. Don't do what I did. I wasted 5 months. I could have felt this good 5 months earlier. Just share it and you will just reap the rewards. And more than the rewards, you reap a fantastic community. I always say there's no I in team. And with Isagenix, it is a team. I now chat with people that aren't in my team. I chat with people in America. I chat with people in the UK. I chat with other Isagenix members. I cannot wait for my first ever celebration that's going to happen in March in the UK. I can't wait to meet some of the people in person. So yeah, what are you waiting for? Just share. It's that simple. Thank you.
Okay, you did a great job of explaining and keeping it simple. For our guest here today, I want you to know that when she achieved manager, she wasn't thinking about the manager pool that she just got put in for the next 3 months after that. But she just earned, what did you say? You just got to check for how many more pounds for doing this work right here. This is what a manager is. For doing this, you're going to pool for 3 months. How much?
£310.
Yeah, and it's different for everybody. It could be more than that. It could be less than that. It's based on your growth and some different factors that you have to earn in the pool. But it's very simple to do. It's not a lot of hurdles you have to go through. So congratulations, Kay.
Thank you.
Now, this part of the compensation plan, I want you to just take your time and understand this. And again, there's so many components to this compensation plan. It is complex, I'll just tell you that. But it's complex in a good way because everything is targeted to help you succeed. Seriously. When I first got started, the first 2 years, having had some success in this industry, I understand compensation plans extremely well. I've been teaching compensation plans for a long time. For 2 years, I would look at my wife who sits next to me here at our home base office, and I'd say, can you believe this compensation plan? Everything is in place. Everything is done in our favor. If there's ever a question, well, they can do this way, they do it in our favor. It amazes me. And this part of the compensation plan right here, if you'll grasp this, you'll have the motivation to do whatever it takes to get to wherever you want to go. And there's no limit to where you want to go. So here's how it works. Everybody, every one of us comes in with 2 teams to build, a right team and a left team. You're not limited to how many customers you can bring on board, but you only have 2 teams. So as you're onboarding customers, they either go on your right team or your left team. So once you put your first 2 in, one right, one left, you become a consultant, as Kay explained. Your next one, your third one, is going to fall under one of the first 2 that you enrolled. It's got to go right or left. So every new person you bring in helps all those before them on that side of your business. Now, again, if you're brand new to this, that's all like a foreign language to you. But let me just tell you, I've been in other companies where everybody I brought in all went on my first level. And really, I was setting up competitors. They all were competing with each other because every new person I brought on, all that volume didn't help them. Here, all the volume you create on your right team helps everybody before them. All the volume you create on your left team helps everybody before them. So it's a way to really help people succeed in this industry. The way the Acevedos teach us to do this is become a consultant ASAP. That's simply one right, one left. It's really pretty simple. If you're married, you basically enroll your wife on what's called your focus team. If you don't know the difference, give the person who invites you. They'll tell you which one's your focus team. And then you put your next person on your team leg. Now you might say, well, my spouse doesn't want to do this. It doesn't matter. Just secure that position with a purchase. Get the spouse in there just for placement. Later down the road, whether the spouse wants to use the product or not, you're going to want that position. You can double dip on the volume. It's legal. It's awesome. So with that being said, once you become a consultant, then what the Acevedos teach that I've never heard anywhere else in this industry, I don't know of anybody else in the company that does it, they teach to put your next 10 to 20 customers on the team leg. That does not make sense because the team leg, you got people helping you build that side. You're like, no, I should be building my other leg, my focus leg. No, the Acevedos teach, blow out your team leg, get it done. And then the 2/3 volume requirement on that team is done for you. You can then go focus on the other side of your business. Now, I know if you're brand new, that's a little deep, but just trust the person that invites you. They're not doing it for their benefit. They're doing it for your benefit. It will postpone a little bit of your cycle bonuses, but in the long run, it will far surpass in momentum and long-term profitability than you could ever imagine. I've done this multiple times with other companies. I've never seen what I've seen here with Isagenix because of the Acevedos system. Now, with that being said, the basics are pretty simple. 600 BV on one side, 300 BV, BV just stands for business volume, on the other side, and you earn a cycle bonus. In the United States, it's $54. In the UK, it's 40 pounds. Now, here's what's cool. You're not limited to a certain number of levels to create your volume. I want to repeat that. Most companies, Amway, Nu Skin, they have breakaways. They have a certain number of levels you get paid on. The reason I can confidently tell you our program is better than anything I've seen out there, you're not limited to generational levels. If somebody comes in your business 100 levels below you, if they're on your right team or your left team, you get credit for all of their volume. If you end up having a Herb and Patty Acevedos type person join your business 100 levels removed from you, all of their volume counts for you week after week after week, no matter how deep in your organization they are. Now, there's a small fee to have an international business. There's a $29, you'd have to put that in pounds for yourself. It's about the same pounds fee. I think it's 25 euros for my guy who just started in Germany, but that's about what it is. That gives you the local business, which is your European market. If you want to do international business like Kay is, where she's bouncing over here and building in the United States, and she can build in Hong Kong, she can build all over the world, that's an extra $49 fee, which is going to be just around 40, 45 pounds. That's annual to have an international business. With that international sponsorship, not only can you enroll people internationally, but people that come on your team, not even as a result of you, you get credit for their volume with that international sponsorship. So with this global business and the massive growth we're experiencing, I would highly recommend you invest in that international sponsorship. It's in your back office. Any questions, get back with the person who invites you. Again, that's about 25 pounds and about 40 pounds for both those. That's annual. It's a very, very small fee to pay to have an international business. And that's it. That's annual. So with that being said, as you're creating volume, you're creating cycles, because it pays down through infinite number of levels, there has to be a cap on this one way of making money, or the company could become insolvent. It could get upside down. So they cap this at 250 cycles per week. The most you can earn from a business center is 250 cycles per week. Now, I have not done the math on the 40 pounds times 250. One of you can do that and pop that in there. Should be easy. But I think it 10,000 pounds a week. Yeah, because it's $13,500. So it'd be about 10,000 pounds a week in income from one business center. Remember I told you put your spouse in? So you can hit that cap on your position. You can also hit that cap on your spouse's position. Once you hit the cap on your position, if you're the first one in, the company says, whoa, there is no cap on your income, just a cap on this one business center. They actually insert another position for you above your original position. Again, it's a little deep for new people, but no company I've ever been with has ever done that before. They insert another position for you above your original position. So all the work you did to cap out one business center, you get credit for all that on your new position day one, getting started. So now all you have to do is build the other team, and you're going through the income at 3 times the rate. You're making money 300% faster. It's absolutely amazing. This company does everything right. And I'm telling you, you are in a place to benefit from that. This next slide is something I'm just going to let you look at for a second. It's just the old penny a day doubled. You can do the same thing with pence a day doubled. Look at what happens at day 10, day 11, day 12. Hardly anything. But look what happens at day 28, 29, 30, 31. Unbelievable what happens to 1 penny a day doubled. What are you saying, Chuck? What does that have to do with our business? And I'll tell you what it has to do with our business is we can do the same thing. Let's just use the shake pack as an example where they're buying 4 boxes of shakes. Again, there's all kinds of packages they can buy to achieve the 100 BV, not pound, 100 BV level that you want as a minimum. Now, that places them in the compensation plan if they decide to become an associate. That minimal pack, let's just use this example here. Let's say in your first week, you got 2 friends. Could be a spouse and a friend. Could be 2 strangers. Like Kay was a stranger to Christy when they first met. They now became friends. There's billions of people in the world. I guarantee you can find 2 that want to do this. Guarantee it. So you get 2. 1 right, 1 left. Let's say you do that in your first week. You've earned the money that Kay talked about earlier. Now, through the you share, they share, you teach those 2 new people how they can do the same thing. So now you've doubled your business in the second week. You've gone from 2 to 4. Now we teach the same thing to those people, how they can each get 2, how they can each get those consultant bonuses. Now you've gone from 4 to 8. The next week you do it one more time, you've gone from 8 to 16. You've now added 30 people to your business. Let's say they all came in at the minimal level. That'd be 3,000 BV. It's a little less than 6% in pounds, but in dollars, it's 6% of the BV paid out in cycles. How do we get that math? It's easy. 900 business volume, 600 on one side, 300 on the other side, earns you a cycle bonus. So you take the value of your cycle divided by 900 BV, and that's how you get the percentages paid out. That percentage is paid out throughout your entire organization with you creating the balance of the 1/3, 2/3. And at this point in the presentation, a lot of people say, well, Chuck, one of my 2 teams is going to explode and grow. I'm not going to make any money on that team. Well, at first, maybe not. But as you grow your other team, you will. As long as you do your 100 BV every 30 days, and we recommend 29, we'll explain that at a different time, but 29 has a benefit for you, not us, you. But 29 days, every 29 days, you do your 100 BV, you hold that volume. And then as you build your focus team, in most cases, you're unlocking the 6% on both sides. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So in this example, I'm not going to go through every line, but let's just jump ahead to that 3rd month in this example. Weeks 9, 10, 11, 12, just like that penny a day doubled, as your organization doubles every day, this is only looking at new sales, the new people coming in. Think about the first month and the second month. Those people are now reordering. These numbers are even bigger and better. So $35,000 US in the 3rd month in this example. Now, let's be clear. It's never going to work this pretty. No doubt about it. I just want you to see the concept here of just you getting 2 and those people getting 2 down through 12 levels. And I've been in this industry so long, I hate it when people use that analogy because it never works that way. But it is relevant here for the first time in my career because it's food that people are eating. And just like Kay said, once you get the results, you can't help but share it. She did not get involved in this to do this as a business, but now she called herself a jabberbox. She's not a jabberbox. She is enthusiastically sharing what's helped improve her life. And that's what happens when it does. This model can become reality for you. The numbers here, there are people in our company doing better than this. In that 12th week, in this example of doubling every week, in the 12th week, you'd be capping out your business center 10,000 pounds per week. To me, that's amazing. Now, let's say it doesn't happen for you in 12 weeks. I already told you that's not realistic. I do think somebody could do that. If they can figure out a way to get someone to sit down and understand what I just showed you, it could happen easily. But people have their own paradigms they're coming from, their own belief levels. It takes a while for people to understand and get this. But let's say it didn't take you 12 weeks. Let's say every month the team doubled. In 12 months, the results would be the same. And let's say you're a little bit of the slow side, and every year the team doubled. In 12 years, you could be making 10,000 pounds a week residual income. Would it be worth it? I'm here to tell you, don't ask how long it's going to take. Ask, how far can I go? That's the right question to ask. And here, there's no limit to how high you can go. I'll let you read the slide. You see the pros. There are no negatives. The product's 100% money back guaranteed. So if you don't like the product after you've eaten it all, get your money back. There's no risk. There's no overhead. We're not asking you to open up a storefront. We're not asking you to pay rent, utilities, hire employees. When you bring somebody on board, they come on board as a customer. The company handles everything. All we do is invite people to join. They join the company collects their money, the company pays the bonuses, the company ships the product, the company inventories the product, the company does the research and development, the company does the legal. What do? We don't do much, but don't let corporate know that. All we do is invite people to check it out. We do these calls for you. They're recorded. You simply invite people to check out what we've got our hands on. A lot of people say no. Just get that in your head. A lot of people are going to say no. They're just not ready. The timing's not right. They're not open. That's okay. You're looking for the few that get this and understand it's a real opportunity. So Kay mentioned she's not doing this for the business. I've said that several times because I think that's very important. She now is. But she did it for her health. You also heard her say, and you heard Eric say, the health benefits they've gotten, they'll never stop using these products. So if you do it for nothing else, just do it for your health. And we focused a lot on the weight loss here today. There are multiple things our products do. It's more about health and well-being than weight loss. It just happens to be weight loss is the most noticeable, so it's obviously the one we talk about. But I'll tell you, at 59 years old, the vitality I have, the energy I have, I wouldn't trade that for anything. Jimmy Smith, the #1 income earner overall in the company, him and his family have earned $65 million in the 18 years. Yeah, let me repeat that, $65 million in the 18 years. He walks across stage, and when he does, he's doing shadow boxing in his 90s. In his 90s. Now, you ask me, the quality of life he's had in his 70s and 80s and 90s due to this business and these quality of products, would he trade that quality of life for the $65 million? No, he'd rather have his health if he had to choose. But here, you don't have to choose. You can have them both. So you have the opportunity to create legacy income. Last question, can you do this? That really is the bottom line question. And I'm here looking into my camera, but I'm trying to look into your eyeballs. I want you to see into my soul. You can do this. I have zero doubt. We have a 7-step system. If you'll follow that system, it's simply a way to invite and introduce people to this. You heard Kay talk about the miracle of social media. There's no limit to people that are looking for what we have. They just have to be introduced to you. And we'll show you ways to do that. Plug them in the system and watch your team grow. So with that being said, what's your next step? If you're a guest, get back with the person who invites you and ask them for a recommended cart. They will prepare a recommended cart for you. They'll send it to you, either text, email, messenger, somehow they'll get it to you. You click on that and it's got your order in there all ready to go. You can edit that, change the flavors. You can actually change the entire order if you want, but they'll give you an order ready prepared, so it's easy. You put in where you want it shipped, you put in how you want to pay for it, you hit save, and boom, you just ordered your customer. At that point, you put these products into your body and you start to experience the great results. Now, what I do recommend for all new people is don't do this alone. Get 2 people to do it with you. The results when you have a couple people do it with you are so much better. Now, the compensation plan is going to reward you for doing that, but forget about the compensation plan for a minute. Do it for the results you're going to get. Doing this with a couple accountability partners, your results will be better. It's just like going to the gym or anything else. It works better as a team. And then plug into the system. Invite people to these calls. I know it's late tonight, but invite people to check out this incredible Celebration 2 2020 event that's going to happen tonight, midnight UK time. Now, you might be saying, none of my prospects are going to stay up till midnight, and I understand that. It will be recorded, and you'll be able to show them that later. But for those of you that are serious about this business, there's nothing like watching something like this live. It's going to be an amazing, epic event. It's going to change the trajectory of our company. We're going from a great company, just under $1 billion a year, to, I believe, a $2-3 billion a year company in the next several years. You have an opportunity to have a big share in that. Europe is wide open, folks. Wide open. The United States is wide open. I was telling people on a United States call yesterday, if I drew a circle around my home, 250-mile radius, 99% of the people in that circle have never heard of Isagenix. That's crazy. So we're ground floor here. Think about the UK. We just opened up in 2017. There's nobody in the UK that knows about Isagenix. Now, I know that's an exaggeration. There's a few, but there's not many. Germany, we just opened Monday. How many people do you think know about us in Germany? It's a lot of people there. 10 other countries. We just opened up Japan. How many people in Japan do you think know about Isagenix? So you get the idea. The opportunity is limitless, but it's not going to happen by you just sitting here on a Zoom call. You have to invite people to get on the Zoom call with you next week to check out what's going on. I promise to be a little more shorter wind next week. I'm just so fired up about Celebration 2029. That excitement it comes through. So you can do this. Get started with a recommended pack. I recommend you come in with a bare minimum pack. Just get your feet wet, because that is so duplicatable with your team. And you can explode this thing. You can actually be the first to follow that week by week process of 12 weeks. Somebody's going to do it in 12 weeks, I believe. Why not you? So with that, get back on the person who invites you. Thank them for inviting you. And if you're still watching this presentation, I know you're interested. So tell them you want to get started. Don't play hard to get. And let's get you started and move to the top. God bless you. Have a great day, everybody.